Good morning, campers. Let's do a reading. I have a sense of urgency. I feel like something is coming, some sort of a movement for this collective is coming. The sense of urgency is so strong that I'm actually doing this reading a day before. Maybe you figured this out by my clothes. I'm not wearing the same thing. It's just the same day. But I had to do it. I'm gonna post it tomorrow, but I have a sense of urgency. I feel we're gonna see what's coming, gonna see what's going on. I feel like there's gonna be a lesson and advice in it. However, I'm afraid that this collective, you will do the exact opposite because I feel there's a sense of it's a young collective. It's a young collective, and as you know, when they're young, they don't always do what they're told. But let's see what's coming. It's either already happening or it's I'm hearing 48 hours from wherever this video found you. Let's see. What's this urgency? What's coming? Let's see what we have. Shine, which is a card of triggers, ego, self-love, third party, destiny. There's a reason I said test. There's something, this is my trigger card, right? There's something that's going to trigger you. Ego being your second card, it means that this collective, unfortunately, which is okay, which is normal, right? Take a deep breath. It ain't easy to release the ego. It takes years of hard work and dedicated journey to fully release our ego. But you're still sitting in a place of ego. You're still sitting, I am looking at this word, pride. Whatever is going to happen is going to be destined, divinely orchestrated. It needed to happen, okay? On this journey, oftentimes we ask the question why, and it's coming to my mind. So I feel where this is going. I'm sensing this collective, the person, your counterpart, the person attached to you, person on your mind. Unfortunately, you're gonna see them with someone else. I am hearing see them, actually. Whether it's going to be in a physical, whether it's going to be for social media, for some of you, maybe you're going to find out. And I'm going to go straight to the point, right? Because you know me, this is what I do. I know what collective I'm tapping into. I know your true purpose. I know your true destiny, right? And sometimes in that kind of path, in those kind of connections, it's very unique, right? Some feminists, some of us were meant to know, some of us are shielded from certain things, right? Because it's always how our path is designed. It always links to lessons we have to learn, parts of our ego we have to release, the parts of our light that we have to strengthen, karma that we have to clear out, right? So on this journey, for all of us, all masculines always connect to third party, to other women, always, because it's the path of the feminine to embark on a journey of celibacy from the moment of activation, usually immediately, but some have a bit of a residual karma to clear out, but usually immediately we embark on a journey of celibacy. But it's not the case for masculines. But some of us were shielded from that, right? We don't have to experience it. We don't have to see it in front of us. But we always know. Through visions, through intuition, we always know, right? But unfortunately for some of us, It's something that you'll have to know and you'll have to go through, right? It's part of your journey. There's a reason like we went straight to it, 5:05 on a timer. It's going to create a powerful shift, and also powerful shift in terms of your self-love. And I am hearing for this collective starting to see a difference between true pure self-love based on unconditional love towards self and pride. Okay, let's do another row. I feel this is going to be brutal. I'm going to try to let's get through this card, what's going to happen, and we'll try to I'm remembering a specific thing for one of the previous readings for this collective way ago. That your person already, it happened that they already treated you poorly, that they dismissed you. I'm seeing that scene in my mind that I remember seeing with that reading. It was a long time ago. Just in the spring, I'm thinking. I want to clarify that commitment. Hold on. There's a lot of in your connection with your person, right? There's a lot of wearing mask. So I feel like both of you, pride is the thing. Proud ego, not showing how hurt I am, not showing how this really impacts me, how this influences me, right? So there's one thing that I'm hearing. A bit of a, I want to keep my what's the saying? That keep my face, right? I feel this collective, you're going to find out that your person is connecting to someone, and however you're going to find out about it, there is some level of, it's not just going to seem like a fling. It's not just going to seem like something, it's going to carry that energy of something serious. So maybe we have travels. I was hearing with this one, maybe your person's gonna go with that third person, that third party on a travel, on a trip together. And again, you guys, these paths that we walk are so unique. Some masculines on this journey, as we embark on a journey of separation, they connect to other women, right? But it's always on a shallow level. They never enter an actual relationship. They never call anyone girlfriend, right? It's usually masculines that their biggest shadow that they're working through is that fear of commitment, is locked heart. But every person, every pairing, we have different shadows and different things we have to overcome. Some masculines do enter committed relationships because they have karma to clear out, they have lessons to learn. They enter relationships, boyfriend, girlfriend, even marriages. Sometimes they have children with other women, which in a moment as it's happening and we're beginning on this journey, as we're still in longing, it's incredibly painful. However they're connecting to someone else, especially the fact that we sit in this moment of learning to heal, to trust in this journey, we want to walk a path of divinity, of celibacy. We dedicate ourselves to but it's our job. And we're going to tap into this a little more, but I want you to constantly remember that if it's happening, it's because it's meant to be. Whatever he is going through, whatever third party he's connecting to, even if it seems like it's something like it's serious, like they're traveling together, doing stuff together, boyfriend, girlfriend kind of thing, it's meant to be. It's part of a karmic journey of your masculine, right? And many feminines, because sometimes we say to ourselves, okay, they're not with me because they're afraid of commitment, they don't want to be with anyone else. But then it's like, boom, they're with someone else. So why, and we ask ourselves, right, why with me? They don't want to give me a chance. They don't want to be in this relationship. They don't want to give a chance to our love. I thought it's because they fear commitment, and now suddenly they're here with this woman, seeing her on a daily basis, taking her everywhere, traveling with her, like introducing her as the girlfriend. So what the hell, right? But you have to remember, in those true soul connections, we recognize each other's souls, right? We recognize each other's souls. And soul with a soul, it's impossible to wear a mask because we irritate each other's demons. This is why we push each other to heal. So until the masculine is healed, until he stands in his divinity, he will choose the ego, the easy thing, the shallow thing, the thing that doesn't challenge him, the thing that doesn't irritate what needs to be healed, the thing that doesn't bring the deepest fears and feelings to the surface, because it's difficult. Until we are fully healed, our connections are difficult. Standing in the same room in front of each other is difficult because all we see is truth and authenticity. There's no place for faking, for masking, for ego, right? But it has to happen. It's such a difficult thing to accept. And I often say this to you guys, but I'll say this again. It's an incredibly difficult moment on a journey. When we're in that realization, he's with someone else. Again, whether through seeing it or through visions, right? But you have to power through this. There's a lesson in it. It's destined. It's destined. It was meant to happen. And it's really, really good in those moments to have a healer that will be there for you, that will explain you these things, that will work through your shadows, that will help you. Because, and I often say this to you guys, advice that we give to regular people, okay, when it comes to soulmate, magnetizing your soulmate, relationships, how a man is supposed to act, how a woman is supposed to act, is completely different to these connections. These connections, I say this all the time, and few people listens. Extremely rare. Not even a fraction of a percent of human population. Nothing. Very few people, very few souls who choose this path. And it's a path that we choose not just for this lifetime, but overall, the journey of our lifetimes. If we separate our soul farther into two to have that twin soul, we live with that for all our lifetimes, which is something that most people doesn't do. So most spiritual advice for growth, for choosing a partner, for attracting a partner is going to be completely different. This is why it's so incredibly important to know and confirm through a psychic medium, through divine feminine, whether you actually are on a journey or not. Because all the other advice that you will hear online about attracting a soulmate, even those that I will give you, that your true, I've just done a reading when I was saying that your true partner, your true masculine, he will lock in. Yeah. The moment he sees you, it's going to be easy. It's going to be right. Yeah. For most people, because for most people what we talk about is soulmate, but the fraction of a percent, very few of us, those who are meant to walk a path of Christ consciousness, of spiritual teachers, confirmation, it's a bit of a different kind of journey. That's why it's important to really know and to really have that confirmation, because it's a different journey and you can do yourself a lot of harm if you think you're in a twin flame journey and you follow these rules with someone who's your karmic, and vice versa. Okay, there's a reason that came to my mind, because I feel like whatever's going to happen, you're going to feel broken. You're going to feel like you've been wasting time. Maybe you will even, I'm guided to use the other deck, I'll do it in a moment. Maybe you will even go into thinking that this cannot be it. This cannot be it. This collective, I wouldn't be surprised. That's what I'm hearing. So something's going to happen. You're going to find out that this person's seeing someone. You're going to go into thinking, oh my God, I'm so stupid. I've been thinking that this is my twin soul. It's the other half of my soul. And I just thought that he was distorted, masculine, and wounded, that he needed to heal, that he needed time because he was fearing commitment. And meanwhile, he's there, you know, having a good time with his new girlfriend. What if it's not it? But it sometimes happens in these connections. It sometimes happens. No time that you put into your growth is wasted. This is why we always say that the core of this journey is the moment that it switches, that we stop doing things for our masculine and we stop doing things to get him back. We start doing things for ourselves, for our growth, for our path. I'm now it's coming to my mind that the last reading that we did for this collective, it was something about not giving up. Don't give up. You're really on a journey. I feel like you are in this period, in this cycle that you're doubting because things are happening. But you guys, you have to remember, on a journey of twin flame, true divine feminine will be put through challenges, right? Through challenges and through lessons to push her into her divinity. What lessons are there going to be? It depends on your ego, on your shadows, on your weak points, right? To overcome these. And what it means to be in our divinity is to have complete trust. This is my man. This is the other half of my soul. This is my destiny. We're going to be together, ultimately. We're going to be together. And as a feminine, as a creatrix, I'm going to magnetize it through healing, through letting go, through detaching, right? I have trust, but I also don't need it to fulfill my mission. And this blind trust, this is why true divine feminine needs blind trust. Why? Because we are the oracles of this earth, okay? So we teach people things that we receive in downloads and in visions from the divine. Not tangible, unseen, unheard, unconfirmed. We're the oracles. We're the pioneers, right? In order to truly trust in your mission, to truly trust in whatever it's going to be that you're going to be teaching into this world, never doubt your downloads, never doubt your visions. We have to go through lessons that will teach us to just trust, even if everything in this physical world says otherwise, okay? So reflecting that into our masculine, whatever is it for you? I trust that this is my man. This is the other half of my soul. I love him unconditionally. I know he loves me no matter what happens in the physical. He can go on his travel with his girlfriend. He can commit right now to someone else. It can be this third party. I don't care. I don't care because I know that his soul loves my soul. That his soul remembers that what's making these choices is the ego. It's the blind trust, right? And we step into that energy as we heal. So for some of us, in order to step into that trust, again, it's very, very much tailored individually to who you are and your journey and your shadows. For some of us, we're going to have to see this man with a third party, with another woman, to break that faith and to go back into that blind trust. For some of us, it's going to be that separation without check-in. So once we're in the separation, we're literally not going to receive even one message for a year or two from our masculine. So it's really hard to trust when someone is not even saying hi for your birthday, for Christmas, right? How am I supposed to trust that this man is going to return if it's been like 2 years, he haven't even viewed my story or sent me a message, or so it's going to be different. If that is happening for you, you have to trust that it's something that is meant to show you certain shadows, break you so you can see certain things, so you can really believe that you're not wasting your time, that you are in fact on your destined path. And part of this destiny was to be broken, to notice that you've been broken all along. And it's time to heal. I want to do a couple of these because I was really guided. So let's go for it. Let's go for it. Alright, let's see what we have. We have soulmate number 78. So maybe, you know, it's coming to my mind, maybe you think that they seem happy. They seem happy with this person. Maybe you're thinking that, you know, if they decided to commit, remember you thought they had this fear of commitment. They didn't want to commit to you. Maybe they even given you 1,000 reasons why they couldn't. Because it's not the time, because you know, they're focusing on their job, they're focusing on something else, and suddenly boom, here they are with another woman. So it's really hard not to take it personally, and I get it. So maybe you're thinking that because there's a lot of nonsense about twin flames, there's a lot of BS, big fat BS, and I say this to you guys all the time. Why? Because first, people don't understand that it's a fraction of us that goes through this journey, because it's very specific. It's something very spiritual. It's not a love story. It's not about happy ever after. You can read about this on my website in the Divine Love section. Very few people goes through it. Many wounded people takes it because it sounds so lovely and confuses it with karmic connections, and then they realize that it wasn't it, and they talk garbage about this connection online. And also because many feminines who truly are on a journey, but they're still wounded, or they will never meant to talk about twins, and I talk about this all the time. Not every divine feminine who's been through a journey is meant to lead divine. So we all have our own individual missions. One thing is what we went through, and the other thing is what we're meant to teach. Two different things. And if you're not meant to teach it, don't freaking talk about it, because you're going to be projecting, right? Not many people understands that. So maybe you've heard somewhere that this is a connection that you know, sometimes they don't come into union, sometimes things don't come into fruition, sometimes it's too difficult, it's too painful, and that you can, you know, pray to be aligned with a soulmate, and that these people often choose to be aligned with a soulmate because it's easier. I'm not going to tell you that it's not a scenario that can happen, but if you watch me regularly, you must have heard me say, and again, you can read this on my website, twins are meant to come into union. But the journey is long, the journey is challenging, the journey is hard to get into that full divine feminine trust. This man is with another, this man is sleeping around, this man hasn't spoken to me in 2 years, but honey, I know that he is my future husband, okay? It's hard. It's hard. It really requires to release the ego, but this is also why our journey is the way it is, that we see things that people don't see, experience things that people don't experience. We go through these journeys, past life journeys, shamanic journeys, transformation. We feel things in our body, things are shifting, changing. We experience things that it helps us to believe. It helps us to believe, right? How could this not be true? And it's the ego that is constantly fighting with the soul. They're fighting for power. Ultimately, it's the soul that has to hold the reins. So maybe that's what you're thinking, that it's maybe he's happy, maybe you have to, in a sense, you have to let it go. He's definitely not happy. Maybe his ego is currently happy, but it's his journey. You have to trust your masculine. I feel like this collective, because I don't want to be repeating myself in every single video. I feel like you should spend some time watching my videos and my content. I have a whole Divine Feminine Masterclass and Divine Love playlist on my YouTube. But ultimately, yeah, you have to, we have inner turmoil, 63. So there is definitely inner turmoil within you. Doubting, questioning, fighting between the mind and the heart, this is it. Feeling conflicted, agitated. I'm bounded physically, mentally, and spiritually. I feel there's no way from where I am. I feel imprisoned because of my own doing. I'm trying to fight my inner demons, but it's just so difficult at times. I feel this collective, you would really need a session with a good divine feminine. So whether you decide to sign up with me or someone else, whoever you're guided to, just make sure it's a true divine feminine whose life's mission is linked to guide divines into union, okay? And then choose whoever you gravitate to. You can pray to your guides to show you the right person. But it's really incredibly difficult when everything outside in the physical world, tangible proofs are showing to us that this person is not interested, that they don't want to be with us, that they don't believe what we believe. But you guys, the feminine awakens first. We are the spiritual leader of this connection. Your masculine will never come into realization who you truly are, although he knows that deep down in his soul, until you will be ready to lead the way and teach him and show him. You're questioning everything right now, whether that's already happened or it's about to happen. You would feel it, right? This is the reason I was hearing 48 hours confirmation. So maybe some of you are finding this video, you're gonna continue to watch because you're gonna feel that or you already know this is your collective, or you're gonna feel like this is about to happen and it's sort of a preparation. We have acquiring knowledge, which is beautiful because it means that there's a part of you that already knows that you're on a journey, right? And you want to learn more about it, and there's much to learn. There's much to learn. And like I said, there's so much nonsense and so much misconception. This is why I always advise to my feminines, be guided to one teacher, one or two teachers, right? Healers, true divine feminines. Embark on your journey of healing and focus on teaching of someone who's actually meant to help people in this specific journey. Don't find information. This is something all feminines, we go through this in the beginning of this journey. We're so consumed by the pain, by the longing, by the mystery of this journey that we just want more and more and more and more information, and we just scroll through TikTok and thousands of different readers, and there's so much fear-based nonsense misinformation that it only confuses us. But if you want to spend hours watching something, go and watch my masterclass. It's 12 hours. It's 12 hours watch, and then it's another 8 for divine masculine, and there's going to be probably a good extra hours for the divine love, and then you can go ahead and watch all the readings to educate yourself. There are a few others beautiful feminines who are meant to lead divines on this journey. Don't go into fear-based, okay? I know it's difficult. And we have illusions. There's a reason I've said this to you that I've said to you, remember, about that we need to trust, because we live in a life filled with illusions, and it's a role of divine feminine to be the oracle. This is why one of the journeys to really emerge as a divine feminine, the true divine feminine who will live a life of service, is through twin flame journey. Because this puts us in a state of true opening of our third eye, connecting it to the witch's eye, to our crown, fully connecting to the divine. There is no illusion. There is no illusion in this world. There's so many illusions, but I see through them. I see through people, I see through lies, I see through deceptions. I know in my intuition what is good for me, what is good for my family. True divine feminine, the oracle, the spiritual leader. And there are so many illusions of this journey. Some of them are given to the journey, and they're meant to break us, to do exactly what I just told you. And some of us are caused because of low vibrational people who spread misinformation. I even have a attunement available on my website that is Illusions of Twin Flame Journey, and it breaks down. And I'm pretty sure that there's an episode in the Divine Masterclass that talks about illusions of the journey as well. What the physical matrix wants us to believe and what we have to break free from. Divine timing. Divine timing. How can you not trust? Think about how you met this person. Think about how everything felt destined and divinely orchestrated, and what is happening now is part of that divine timing as well. You're not meant to be together right now. You're meant to embark on your separate quests where each will do what you're meant to do. And one more. Believes union will happen until it needs and when it needs to. Yes. This is true divine feminine. Nothing